Hi, everyone. This is Kathy. Welcome to my channel, Kathy Mamelin, Psychic Medium. Welcome to your weekend forecast for Friday, July 11th through Sunday, July 13th. Of course, anytime you find this reading, you can always watch a reading. I do feel like they're all timeless. I always feel like whenever you're meant to find the reading, it will find you. So let's see what Spirit has for you. This is for my singles. I'm going to call in my spirit guides in a moment and see what loving energy is around you all. And I have some charms today. I have some initials, so we'll be pulling some evidence. So sit back and enjoy moving into the weekend, your weekend forecast. So let's get started. Let's call in our angels and spirit guides. Spirit, I ask that you guide me for anyone who has found this reading today. What is it that you want for them? What is it that you have for them? Any energy coming towards them, confirmations about an energy that may be around them right now. I am listening for you now. I have recognition. Okay. I'm going to say our souls recognize each other. I'm going to say it that way, that there's always this sense of that we somehow have found each other in this lifetime. And, you know, I feel like I know you forever. And I say it 1,000 times. It's like one of my favorite feelings is whether it's a romantic connection or even a friend, somebody I bump into that comes into my life. I'm like, I feel like I've known you forever. So it tells me they're in my soul tribe. It tells me that our souls can talk to each other very easily. So I recognize you. What a beautiful energy to start with. I'm grateful, gratitude. I'm grateful that you're coming into my life or you just came into my life. I'm going to be grateful. I'm going to be blessed. I'm going to be honored, Spirit just said. And truth. I want a true relationship. I want somebody to be there for me. I want somebody to be truthful. I want somebody to understand me. I want somebody to show me their true self. I will show my true self. So those are all really, really good energies. Thank you, Spirit. Let's see what the cards are saying. Let's see what we have. What is it that you need us to hear at this time? I have a Queen of Pearls. Queen of Cups. I have a 7 of Coral, 7 of Wands. I have a Devil card. And I have a 5 of Treasure, 5 of Pentacles. So I've got this beautiful energy starting out with this Queen of Cups. And you can see she's almost glowing, the light within her, like I'm accepting love. I'm only going to be available for love. I have the light within me. So this queen doesn't look like she's going to tolerate something that isn't in her energy. I'm feeling that. This is a feeling right now of, I feel like I've already walked with a devil. And I think a lot of us have already done that. That you've already had a toxic energy, you've already had somebody in your past. Most of us, as a grown adult, have witnessed, you know, somebody who just is not the energy that you want to bring into your life. And you may have already said, you know what, that person isn't worth it because they drag me down. They bring me to a place that I don't want to be in. And part of me feels like this queen is just keeps acknowledging to herself that she wants more and more for herself. So they're saying the word shield. Okay, so I'm going to say shield or guard. Usually I'm saying let down your shield, let down your guard, but they may be asking you to be a little bit more careful. Maybe there is somebody whose intentions aren't pure right now around you. Maybe they really only want one thing, and we need to kind of identify that. I have a Knight of Swords. I have a 9 of Swords. I have a 3 of Wands. And I have a Magician. This is coming into me as, I am going to say be careful. I'm not saying that it's a bad energy, because the 3 of Wands is telling me that, you know, to think ahead. Okay. But I am going to say cautious, shield, guard. There's a sense of a smooth talker. That's how I want to say it. That I'm a little worried that this person says and does all the right things. And it's almost a little bit too, I don't know, you might feel like it's rehearsed. You might feel like they're used to seducing people. You know, they're used to being able to talk to people, like they have a routine almost in how they talk to people. But it does feel like a smooth talker. And I hope you guys know the type that I'm talking about. Doesn't mean that they're not true or not, but they're coming on to me as a little bit of, are you for real? And maybe you're going to have to take a moment to try to figure out, are they real or not? I have an Ace of Wands at the bottom of the deck, Page of Wands, and a Queen of Swords. So I would say that you're smarter than you think. I also would say that there's an instant attraction, and whatever this person is saying to you, it probably sounds really good. It probably is very enticing. Spirit said that they could be a charmer. They could be somebody who is very complimentary, very interested in you. Like I said, they're very attentive. They're charming. There's a little bit of my hairs are going up on the back of my neck energy, because I just want to make sure this person is for real. So we're going to keep going. Sometimes it's like what is it? The wolf in sheep's clothing. I hope not, but you know, you want to be wary also of the person who's just really in it for one thing. You know, they just want to, you know, take somebody home tonight, so to speak. So Spirit, please share with me. I want to believe my smooth talker. That's what I want right now. Exploring the town. Now this looks like kind of fun and simple. It doesn't look like they're seducing you. It looks like they're just trying to have fun. You want to go for a bike ride. You want to go for a walk. You want to do something tomorrow, you know, outdoors in public. You know, that's not seductive. So maybe this person just feels like they came on strong, but that's not really their intention. That feels pretty playful to me, actually. Childhood activities. Somebody could have a child. Maybe somebody mentions, I have, you know, a young child on the weekends, and this person says, that's fine. You know, let's do something. Let's bring them for a bike ride. Let's go for a walk. Let's take them somewhere, you know. So maybe we've gotten to know each other a little bit, and we feel comfortable enough with that. So, but usually in the beginning, we kind of keep the kids away. Breakfast in bed. Ooh, an intimate night. This could be coming. This could be on its way. But a night, this feels cozy to me. It does. It feels like somebody made me breakfast. It's somebody who says, you know what, you stay in bed. I'm going to go and make the coffee. I'm going to jump in the shower quick, and I'm going to go make the coffee. You hang out a little bit while longer. So, you know, somebody who's in a relationship that it's progressed a little bit, that you can introduce them to your kids and you're intimate. So that feels good. I love pillow talk. I think pillow talk is a very intimate time for two people. I feel like it's a great way to get to know each other. You spend hours and hours talking and laughing and giggling and just really falling in love. So I'm just going to say there's something, you know, going on around that pillow talk. So that tells me that we are either thinking about being intimate or we are intimate. Let me get a couple more of these. things I love about you. So I'm starting to see all these things that I like. That came into me as not so much a checklist, but you're more than what I asked for. And that there are things about you that I love that I didn't even think I wanted or needed, and they're starting to come to the surface. So you could be, you know, realizing that you've got somebody who actually has a lot to offer. I have barbecues, something casual. Okay, so hanging out at home, cooking on the grill, hanging out in the backyard. This also just came into me as, hey, we got invited like to go over to a friend's house or a sibling's house. Are you up for that yet? Are you ready to start to meet some family members? And I feel like this person, when they come into your life, that they're game. I will say that they're not somebody who's going to say, oh, I'm not ready for that, or that's, you know, too soon, or that's too, you know, that implies that we're in some kind of, you know, commitment. No, this person's kind of like, yeah, that sounds fun. Okay, let's hang out. Yeah, you know, what time do you want to go? What can we bring? You know, it's like hanging out with friends. And I feel like this person is game. I feel like this person's very charming. They're a smooth talker. And I do feel like they can probably get along with anybody. And maybe that's some red flags for you, but maybe it's just their personality too, that they're just nice and charming to everybody. So that's okay. I've got karaoke. I don't know if you're going out for karaoke, but maybe this person likes to sing. Maybe they sing out loud. Maybe they think they can sing, or they're kind of serenading you as a joke. They say, you know, come up with love lyrics like off the top of their head, something like that. I have shared goals. Now, this just came into me as we are serious enough that we have started to talk about, you know, big picture stuff. It doesn't mean it's our goals together. It's that we're talking about things like, you know, I'd like to travel one day, or I'd like to own a second house on the water. I'd like to have another dog, but the home that I have now doesn't have a fenced in yard, and I would need to have a fenced in yard, you know, so it's kind of goals that two people are sharing. Bottom of the deck, I have an I love you. So somebody is coming into your energy that is falling for you. So also look for hearts. Like I feel like miscellaneous hearts around you. I'm starting to see hearts everywhere. Or they could be I know it sounds goofy, but they could be a big heart emoji person. Like when they sign off, they're always sending you smiles and heart emojis, something like that. Spirit, tell me more about this connection. I have a 9 of Cups. I have an 8 of Swords. I have a 9 of Swords. And I have a King of Swords. This is coming into me as I just want to believe them, because this is please keep showing me that this is real energy to me, that you want to be like 100% certain that the person that you're spending this time with, and it seems easy and it's going well, and maybe we went to a barbecue at my friend's house, you want to make sure it's real. So I feel like I just keep saying to myself, just please keep telling me. I'm holding back. I'm still shielding myself. I'm worried that I'm going to get hurt. And then it's this feeling of, you know, just please be honest. You know, these things that you're saying to me, just keep saying them, but I just want to know in my heart of all hearts that it's the truth, because I love to hear them, and I love how you're making me feel. So it's kind of a transition period of trust. I'm going to say it that way, that I'm learning to trust this connection. I'm, you know, one step at a time, one foot at a time, I'm learning. I have a 6 of Wands. I have a Hanged Man. I have a 7 of Wands. And I have a 5 of Cups. So this came into me as somebody who wants a healthy relationship. Spirit just said that the relationship they just came out of isn't what they wanted, and they weren't happy in that connection. There was a part of them that feels like it's a failure, and some people feel that way when they end a marriage, or they just are disappointed in the dream that they had with somebody else that came to an end. And I feel like this person is saying, I'm not going to give up on that, that there's something else out there. And I feel like if I have to wait for the right one, I will. But they're using the word champion for some reason. Okay, so I'm going to champion on. I'm going to win. I'm going to win the race. Maybe this person is a champion of something. Maybe they've actually won awards, or they're some kind of competitor for somebody out there. It's kind of a weird random word that just came in from Spirit, but I'll take it. But I want to win this time. There's a sense of I want success. I want success in this connection. I want to feel stronger in this connection, things like that. Spirit, please share with me. What is it about this person you want me to know? Start to generate some clues. I have Neptune, the Hanged Man, spirituality, fantasy, escape, dreams. Okay, so the Hangman is taking their time to find out who they are and what they want. So this person could have taken time. They could say, I've been alone for a while. I wasn't ready for a relationship. I was looking for the right one. I just can't meet anybody. I have a Phoenix and a Scorpio energy. I feel reborn, transformed. I'm rising up from the ashes. So, you can see the passion, you can see the heat of the Phoenix, and it is a sense of, because of you, I'm alive again, or my heart is opening. I'm feeling things I haven't felt or thought about in a long time. The element of spirit, timeless life force, source energy, allow, trust, divine timing, of course. Spirit always gets divine timing into every single one of my readings somehow. I don't know how they do it, but they do. And they're always reminding me of they're in control. Thank you, Spirit. I have the Gypsy with a Sagittarius energy, a wanderer, free spirit, lives life on their own terms. That could be you, that could be them. Just this feeling of, I don't want to give up my freedom, of course. They're saying, like, it could be something you're saying to yourself, because the way it came in was, like me for who I am. It's like, I want you to like me for the person I am. I want you to like me for me. I want you to see the real me, those kinds of feelings. And there could be something very special about you that, you're beautiful on the inside. You have this gorgeous spiritual energy. You have this beautiful way of healing people emotionally, or being a good communicator. Like there's could be something very special about you, and they fall in love with you, because of the person that you are. And, of course we all want that. We want somebody to see the real us, yeah, of course you're beautiful on the outside. Of course they're attracted to you, but you want somebody who sees the real you, is what I'm really trying to say. I have a Virgo energy, the servant, humble, dedicated, selfless contributor. I'm going to say genuine. That it's more of a feeling of, I'm good to you if you're good to me. Nobody wants to be a servant to somebody else, but I'll be there for you if you're there for me. You need help with something, of course I'll help you, but I'm not going to wait on you. I'm not going to, take care of you. We're going to help each other. That's what this is all about. So more of a, a win-win situation, right? Give and take situation. I have a believer and I have a Pisces energy in this card. I have unwavering faith and conviction, and I have a sense of purpose. So somebody could really believe in their faith. They could really have very strong convictions about their religion or spiritual beliefs, and they're very important to them. So that could be you, that could be them, or it could be both of you. I have a Cancer energy in the summer, in Cancer season. We're in Cancer season now. Beautiful. Within 1 to 3 months, the King of Water, that's my King of Cups. So I've got this beautiful, loving energy coming in. I do feel this strong, I do feel a divine masculine energy that's charming. I do feel this feeling of, like I said, they're a smooth talker. I don't know, maybe in the beginning you're just like, oh, please, is that your come on line? Like they're just, they've got pickup lines is kind of how I feel. I have a Leo, the radiant one, charismatic, creative, optimistic, and generous. So the Leo energy is coming forward. That charismatic energy I have felt all along, and this optimism. I do feel like this person has not only charm, but a way of winning people over, if that makes sense. That even if somebody's first impression is like they put up a defense or they are like, I don't really like you, this person somehow wins them over in a very short period of time. Find something to talk to them that they have in common, find some kind of conversation that gives a lot of credit to that person or interest in that person. So this person has a tendency to win people over. They're very good at people liking them. If that, is I think that that's a personality trait that, that a lot of people like this person. They're very easy to like and they win people over very easily. They find things in common they can talk about. They're interested in people. I have another Leo energy in the summer during Leo. Within 7 to 14 days, the Queen of Fire is this energy coming in the Leo center, in the Leo season. So Queen of Fire, Queen of Wands, is this passion coming forward. I like that. I like both of these energies. I like this feeling of the Cancer energy and the Leo energy. I even like the radiant one. This is all really good energy. This feeling of, I can see you. I want to be with you. They're little cards. So I'm just trying to get a close up here. They're little cards. Okay, so you can see all that energy coming in. I also like all this kind of astrological, like symbols behind us, because maybe we just both believe in the universe. We just both are very in tune to what the universe is giving us and has to offer us. And that feels good. Let's get some letters. Let's get some initials. First initials, last initials, Spirit. What is it that you have for us? I have a big, beautiful basket of my wooden letters today. And there's numbers in here too. So let me give these a little stir and get a handful. So we get lots of variety. And I'm just going to put these down one at a time, try to organize them. Okay, I have the letter R. I have an N. I have an M. Maybe somebody's an RN. I have an X. I have an H. I have another X. I have the letter D. Letter C. Somebody live in DC. I have a Q. I have an S. I have a T, P. I have the letter A, another C. I have another D. And I have, remember AC/DC? Maybe this person likes rock. Remember AC/DC? That's a flashback. AC/DC. Maybe this person likes like old rock. Maybe that's what Spirit's trying to show me. I've got some numbers. I have the number 6 weeks, 6 days, 6 June, something like that. I have a 5, could be 65, 56. Could be May. I have a 7, so July, that's good. And I have another 6. So those are some extra numbers. Those could be numbers of houses. They could have other numbers, part of your telephone number, part of their telephone number. So sometimes those numbers just kind of hit you. Okay, so those are our letters. And let's see, what sign, Spirit, do you think this person could be? So we have a lot of energy so far. We had a lot of Cancer, and we had definitely Leo. We had Scorpio come in. We had Sagittarius come in. So let's see what else we have. Pisces came in. I have another Leo card. I have a Virgo. I have a Libra, I have a Gemini, and let's get one more of these. And I have a Capricorn today. Okay, gorgeous. Spirit, any clues that you have for us? What is it that you want us to know about this connection? I have a Pilot. Okay. They could be a pilot. They could be training to be a pilot, or it could be a dream. It could be, I've always wanted to learn how to fly a plane. That could be when we were talking about big dreams. What are your big dreams? Something like that. This person says, if I won the lottery, I would love to take flying lessons, because they take time and a lot of money to go to flight school. But it's a feeling, and maybe somebody would love to learn how to fly a plane. I have thin lips. I have the dark hair. I also, the shadow is coming into me more than anything. Somebody who has kind of that aftershave shadow. So they may get an afternoon shadow that they have to keep trimmed. I have a writer. I don't know if I'm feeling writer as much as you could be communicating a lot with emails for some reason, or within an app where you're more so than texting. I feel like I'm writing long letters. I'm writing long paragraphs. So this person may be really good at expressing themselves, and maybe you get, long notes from them, and they tell you what their day was like, but they really actually write something out. I have socially awkward. Okay. I'm not feeling socially awkward. This card always kind of fascinates me, but what is jumping out at me is some of the arm tattoos. So I do feel some tattoos on my arm. That would be something that I would look for. Spirit, please share with me. I have construction. Somebody maybe who's in the building trades. Beefy, feels like strong body. I have youthful. That came into me more as a sense of humor, that their sense of humor kind of makes them appear younger, I want to say. I have very generous, nice, a gift giver. They like to bring little things. They like to wrap packages. I'll take that. I have they're very grounded and secure. This feels like a formal event. I feel like I'm going to take you to a wedding. I'm going to bring you as my guest to something formal. We have to get dressed up, maybe rent a tuxedo, something like that. I have dominant. This feels like this is somebody, I don't know, maybe it's somebody like an awkward person in your family, like a black sheep in the family that just like went off the deep end, and you're like, oh God, don't ask, like what's up with that person? So part of me feels like it's not either one of you, but it could be somebody in your circle of people that is more of a black sheep. Spirit, please share with me. Social media. We're talking a lot. I do feel like maybe we met through social media. We just started chatting, we just met on some kind of app, or we met on a dating site. I have law, legal, law school, connected to law, could be police officer, could be court system, paralegal, any of those types of careers. And bottom of the deck, I have beauty. So somebody could be in the hair industry or cosmetics or fashion, something like that. Even fashion I would go with. So those are just a handful of clues. Spirit, tell me more about this connection. What is it that you want me to know? Any sense of feelings? Any sense of more personality? We have a diamond. Ooh, I like that in Aries energy. I mean, of course, diamond means, just this, proposal, right? Is this going to turn into something that is a commitment? But it's a little bit more of nothing beats a diamond, right? Nothing is more brilliant. Nothing is more pure. Nothing is, it's the prestige of the diamond. And I feel like either they're saying, you're a diamond. You're not a gemstone, you're a diamond. Like nothing wrong with gemstones, but they're seeing you as brilliant. They're seeing you as the best. This is also, they could have in the back of their head, like, you could be the one. And what is this diamond? Is this, I've never thought about a diamond before, but maybe a diamond crosses their mind. So it's popping into their head. I'm going to say it that way. It's popping into their head. I have a thunderstorm, again, a Virgo energy. And I have a lightning flash. I have a conflict to overcome. After a storm, I would definitely say that. Maybe they had a big storm in May with this 5. So I could have been really struggling in May, and I had to cut all ties, Spirit just said, and I wasn't expecting to find somebody. It could be sometimes you find somebody a lot sooner than you expect, and I kind of feel that way with this energy, that it came in sooner than I thought it would take for me to find my person. I have the number 3, likely at this time, the situation or outcome is likely to occur. So this just came in, of course, as on the right track, that I'm balancing, I'm on the right track. And they have a little bit of a yes and no up here. And I am, of course, leaning towards the yes, but it was more of a, I'm on the right track, or we'll be on the right track. So that feels good. I have eyeglasses. Okay. You could be the one looking at things closer. Somebody wears glasses. I do have a Taurus energy in this card. I'm looking at things closer. I'm checking out all the details. I like that. So maybe I'm just taking a really close look at this. And we had all that energy in the beginning with, somebody shielding themselves, making sure this was real. And I do feel as I'm going along in the reading that, yes, you're on the right track. Yes, diamonds are floating around in this person's head somehow. And you could be the one. I love that. I have the universe is in control. They're going to let you know. Here's the number 7 again, just this gorgeous energy here in July. And, is Spirit in control of whatever's meant to be? If this is something that you're manifesting, I'm trying to think about the big picture. I'm trying to think about where I'm going to end up, at the end of the day. I want a relationship. I want a commitment. I want a home. I want a family, whatever it is that you have been manifesting, is the universe, Spirit trying to let you know that this is on its way. So I feel pretty positive about that. I feel really positive, actually. And it does feel like it's after this kind of, crazy storm, but that's okay. Your path is leading you. Your path is leading you. They're leading you. I'm going to say it that way as well. Spirit, please share with me. What is it that you need me to know? What is it that you have for us? I have a Knight of Wands. Look at him. He's ready. He's ready to go. He's out hunting. He's out hunting, and he's gonna catch somebody. I have a Page of Swords. I have an Ace of Swords. Yeah, this person's a really good communicator, and it might catch you off guard. It might just be their personality is super friendly, super outgoing. They win people over very quickly, but your first impression of them was that they were just such a smooth talker that they couldn't be real. And it could be that that's actually what they're like. They just talk to everybody, and they're really kind of that way with everybody. So I'm going to go with that. You're going to be okay. I have a Nine of Cups. You're going to be really happy with this person. This little lobster just jumped out at me. Maybe it's a lobster dinner or crabs, like putting crabs on the table with, just crackers, and everybody kind of sits there and opens the crabs or lobsters. So just kind of like a summertime lobster bake energy. But this is definitely somebody opening up. I have an Emperor at the bottom of my deck. I have a Two of Cups. I have to tell you, there's a big part of me that feels like this person is seeing you as you could be the one. And I don't feel like it's going to take that much time for them to get to a place where they see this is going to turn into something permanent, something real. So I feel positive. I really feel positive about that. Spirit, can I have some love? Let's start to get some love messages. Then we're going to get some charms. Spirit, please share with me a few love messages. What are the feelings around this connection? You're incredibly sexy. I love it. I wasn't expecting to fall so in love with you, but I also feel that it's a feeling of, I wasn't expecting between my last relationship and this relationship. I feel like the time is not that long. So they could be surprised by that I thought I was going to be single longer. I wasn't expecting to find somebody real in such a short period of time. So for one of you, it could be that maybe they weren't single for that long. I became obsessed with you and it scared me. So they could become obsessed with you. They could be fall head over heels in love with you. It's like we share the same mind and heart. We could have a soul contract coming in. We have shared many past lives together. So you have a soulmate coming in. That's a soulmate energy coming in. You're all I've ever wanted. Going back to that feeling of the checklist, I feel like there are things about this person and you that you see more in each other than you even had imagined, or you see that this is so much better than I thought it would ever be. So those are always great feelings. I can't get you out of my head. Absolutely. Let's get some charms. Let's see what the charms are saying to us today. Maybe we'll get some additional clues. I've got my beautiful bowl of charms, and we're going to get a scoop. Let me just zoom in a little bit closer so we can, oh, nope, I can't zoom in on this because I only have the one screen. Sorry about that. Okay, so let me get a scoop and then I'll hold them up for you later. All right, let's see. These are tiny, this particular bowl. I'm going to need my thing. Okay, so the first thing that's jumping out at me is a 3 of Hearts, which is my 3 of Cups. So that's a celebration. I'm excited. I'm going to tell my friends and family about you. I do feel like there's an introduction coming that you know, the family member that is easiest to introduce somebody to, like the one sibling that gets along with everybody and, you know, just isn't going to judge and just, you know, it's going to be easy. You know, something like that, you know, the one sibling that you're more friends with or something like that, instead of a sit down dinner with the parents, you know, it feels like it's a really easy evening. I have these beautiful moons, stars, and I have a little angel, and I'm going to put this little angel with this because there's a part of me that feels it could be definitely a lost loved one. It could be that you feel like this person was divinely sent to you. You feel like this is somebody that you pray to in the spirit world, that you keep asking to send them to you. So I do feel like you have that hovering, beautiful angel over you that is helping this connection. So I'm gonna say that. I have this. I have another moon, but it has all these. It almost has like a stained glass. See all the different pieces, and they're kind of fragmented. And for some reason, I'm going to put this skull with that because I'm going to give it as a moon energy, because it was almost, because of the fragments, it was the feeling of, I know that this is great. I know this is wonderful. I'm celebrating this love. And then here's the, just please God, tell me that this is real. You know, just keep telling me this is real, you know, like until you believe it in your heart. So I just feel like we have to work through that, like some shadow work. I have a beautiful cat. I have a little blue cat. So I'm going to take that. I have I have a bunny. I have a bunny and I have a butterfly, but how the bunny and butterfly came in was a field of bunnies with the butterfly. It could be somebody has a big backyard that they have to mow, and there's lots of bunnies back there, like in the evenings, and there's butterflies and there's maybe some wildflowers back there. But it felt like somebody saying, yeah, that's my field of bunnies. You know, like that's something that we talk about. Like there's so many bunnies back there. You know, it just feels like a big kind of field in the back of somebody's house or near somebody's house. I have another pink moon. I'm going to put that all here. We got all these moons. Okay, what is this little guy? I have a flower. I'm going to put the flower, like wildflowers, bunnies, flowers. I'm going to put all of those together. I have a rose, a single rose. So I feel like this person, it could be first date. They show up with a rose. It could be they actually show up with a bouquet of flowers and you think that that's, you know, that's sweet of them. I have the letter, I'm going to use my little tweezers because these are really tiny. I have some letters. So I have the letter G. I have an R. An R. I have another, this looks like an X. I have a U. I have another R. I'll turn this over. I have these this looks like the letter D. Let me see. Letter D. And let's see what this one is. They're tiny, so bear with me. I have a G. Okay, and this was a U. What is this guy? That's a fish. Okay, one little fish. He's swimming all by himself. I don't know if I like that. I'm going to put this little key to my heart with this. Like, I'm swimming alone, you know, like right now I'm swimming alone. I'm looking for somebody to open my heart. I'm looking for somebody to capture me. And I do have a bow tie. It's like a little bow, but it came into me as you know how when you bring a little dog to the groomer and they come home from the groomer and there's always like a little bow on their collar and they look so cute that day. They have like this little bow and you go, oh, you went to the, you know, the groomer and look at you, you're so pretty. That's how it came into me. So somebody must have a little dog that maybe goes to the groomer and they put a little bow on the dog. So there you go. So there's your charms. So some of those may connect to you or at least give you some other ideas of the energy around this connection. Spirit, can you share with me any timelines that are important? I can't get you out of my head. I want that. I do feel that this is somebody that says you could be the one. So I'm going to take that as well. I have fall being important. September, October, November. They could be birthday months. I have the number 6 days, 6 of the month, 6 o'clock with the clocks. I have June. Maybe we met in June and it's really starting to move forward now. I have the number 10 days, the 10th of the month that we have plans. I'm going to be launching this on the 10th. So maybe we have a date. Maybe we have a date this weekend. Maybe they plan the date tonight for this weekend. That would be perfect. I have 29 years old, 29th of the month, 31, October 31st, a Halloween birthday, the number 14, 14th of the month. I have April. I have 28. Let's get one more number. And I have the number 22. So those could be ages. They could be birthdays. You know, it was interesting, the April card with all the Easter eggs, because it was almost as if there's going to be one egg that stands out, kind of like that diamond I had, that you just stand out. You know, like there's always going to be one egg that, you know, if they said pick an egg in a basket and you're a little kid, there's one egg that you're drawn to. You're like, oh, this is the one I want. I want this one over every other egg, you know. But it is a feeling of you stand out is, I'm just going to say it that way. You stood out. Okay. You stood out in the crowd. They definitely saw you, you know, maybe you're out somewhere and they saw you from across the room and they wanted to talk to you. That's why I got all this kind of charming energy, smooth talker, you know, are you for real energy? Like, do you talk to everybody this way? You know, so something's going on with that. Spirit, please share with me some loving messages. From day one, I knew I'd commit to you. Beautiful. This could be the one. To this day, you still give me butterflies. We had that butterfly charm. I like who I am when I'm with you. You make me a better person. I offer myself to you with my flaws and strengths. You're perfect from your tattoos to your toes. So I do feel like somebody has a tattoo. Working through our fears will strengthen us. I want you to believe that this is real. I really feel like Spirit is letting you know that you have found somebody that really wants to be with you. And I think it's going to turn out. I think it's really going to turn out to be really exciting. I'm addicted to your scent, your touch, your spice. One more, please, Spirit. Caring for you is painless and fruitful. Beautiful. So we're going to put this out into the universe. I want you guys to have a great weekend. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your love and support. Hit that like button. I want to thank Spirit for these messages. If you would like to book a private reading, check out my website at KathyMamolinsPsychicMedium.com. Also, check out my other 2 YouTube channels, my Pick a Card channel and my Twin Flame Soulmate channels for additional love readings. Have a great weekend, everybody, and we'll see you all again in another Love Messages real soon.